Guys, it's your girl Shy, and I'm back to tell you guys about this time that I broke my toe. Almost got arrested. Had to pay this bunch of money for this bitch.
Back then, it's Christmas time, and everybody, like, we go to Kinston. A lot of y'all know Kinston. So we go to downtown Kinston, me and my friend. Let's call her Joe, right? Let's call her Joe. Me and Joe, we went, you know what? Let's backtrack. So I was talking to this guy. Let's call him Bob, right? Bob, at the time, Bob had this baby mom that didn't even live in the country, and she never cared about him. So it's like, okay, I'm single, you single-ish, so let's see what can go on. So me and Joe, we go to downtown Kinston that December to go shopping, because it's Christmas, we going out and whatever. So we go, we get our stuff, and there was this one vendor, and he was selling like a bunch of knives. Sam, you know what? I just have this feeling something finna go down, so let me just get me one of these just in case. So I said, no, dog. So she said, get the little one. The little one was like this long. Like a week went by and whatever, and I got my nails done, my hair done, everything, because it's Christmas. So Bob's a baby mom came back home for the holidays. She heard about us, she's hyping, she doing this, she doing that, and I'm like, bitch, bye. So, one day Bob called me saying that, he ain't feel good and whatever. So I said, all right. So, I walked down the block to go see Bob. By the way, Bob lived with his parents, and Bob's mom was there, and she ain't like me. One of them moms where, oh, the baby mom is the wifey and da 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 da. Anyways, I didn't want to go, but I went just to see if he was alright. I go down there to his house, and we was talking for a while. It was like a Sunday evening. We was there talking for a while, da 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 da. And I don't know, all of a sudden I hear, a lot of tumbling coming up the stairs, and I'm like, like, so he's like, so we goes to look. So we go to check the door. He opened it because it was locked. He opened it, and she pushes the door in. Mind you, Bob is skinny as a motherfucker, and that bitch is big. So old girl pushes the door in and pushes Bob back, I stood up because I'm like, she here, so it's go time, period. So I stood up like, what's up? So this bitch brought a whole belt. I'm like, I'm trying to dodge the bitch, because I just got my nails done, and they're long as shit. Like, I'm not trying to get hit out of no damn belt buckle. Like, he was blocking her from me, period. So, so anyways, the mom came running upstairs, and she's like, oh, you need to go. So I said, well, all right then. So, in the moment where they say it's flight, like, it's go time. So I'm all, forgot about my damn slippers, forgot about my damn phone. So, I wasn't even thinking about that, because my slippers on the floor, my phone was like on the bed. So, okay, I'll leave. Like, I went downstairs, and these motherfuckers locked me up in the house. Like, we got grills back home. Like, I couldn't get out. So his brothers was there, his dad was there, like, everybody was there because they already seen that bitch coming, knowing that I'm already there. So everybody's looking out like waiting to see what's gonna happen. So, you know, I go downstairs. She comes like 5 seconds behind me, swinging a goddamn belt. So, you know, I grab the belt like this, cause bitch, you ain't finna hit me again. So, you know, in the meantime, I got my fingers in my pocket, like I had it in my pocket, trying to grab the little knife that I got. So, you know, with all that going on, I finally grabbed it, and the second or third time she swung that belt, right, she's like, "You finna beat her child," like, and I'm like, no, no, no. Like, she swung, and I finally got that knife, and I put that motherfucker right through her damn hand, and a bitch started bleeding out on the floor. And when she seen her own blood, she passed the fuck out. Like, his mom was like right behind her, and his dad came running out the shower. When he saw the blood, he's like, "Call the police, call the police." Yo, what I said, this man was being so extra. His towel fell off, his whole shit was out there, and he's jumping like a damn fool talking about call the police, call the police. So, you know, like, I'm like, shit, well, I ain't finna get locked up. Like, I know what's finna go down if these police get here in the first place. So, you know, I'm like, open the damn girl, like, I gotta go. So, you know, they're like, no, call the police. So his other brother, you know, he was cool and whatever's. He opened the grill when they went inside. So I know her family, like, it's a whole bunch of them, so they already know what's going on. So I'm like thinking way ahead. Like, I'm like, if they come in a group and they see me, it gonna be a wrap. Like, you know, I dashed the fuck out. Like, man, I ran. Like, I ran for my damn life that night. So, you know, on my way running, it's like the road wasn't paved. So it was like a lot of marbles and rocks and shit. So, you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to run up to the front, like to the main road. So I ran up and I bumped my big toe into this rock. And I seen Jesus and his 12 disciples. I visualized the day he turned water into wine. Like, yo, I seen stars, I seen everything. But I'm like, girl, go. So, you know, my grandma, she had a church sister at the time, and she was on the main. So, you know, I ran all the way out there, and I stopped at her house, and she was in the yard, and I'm like, I'm explaining what had happened, and they're like, okay. They take me inside, give me a phone call. I call my friend, I say, yo, I let my dogs know what's going on. Like, so, you know, they're like, go to the police station, because it's like this thing, oh, if she, since the blood was shed, if she was the first one to go to the police station and report that I caused bodily injury, they coming for me. Like, they have all right to come for me. So, you know what? If I go and I explain what happened, and it would somewhat make it better, but at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you know, it's the law, even if y'all get into an altercation. But I think that police was acting real biased. That male cop, she was acting real biased. So I'm like, whatever. So, you know, I go, after explaining, they're like, oh, well, if she comes and the court and you're gonna get the wrong, and I'm like, well, all right then. I'm like, you know, it already happened, and it's whatever. Me good it, me not stress for what? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So, you know, I by that point, like, you know, by the time I had calmed down, got into a taxi and everything, my toe was hurting the whole time. But it's like so much is going on. Like, my heart's pounding. It's like I'm forgetting that my toes hurting. It got to the point that I was hopping, like I could barely walk. I told my sister, I think I was talking to my sister. I said, I think I broke my toe. I cannot walk. So I don't know how I got in a taxi and I went into the town to go to the police station at the first place, but somehow I got there. So, you know, after making the report, my sister then took me to this doctor office across the street, and they had to look at my toe. It was swollen. Like, I could not walk. I went into the doctor's office, and he's asking me questions. He's like, oh, so you're the one that stabbed that man's wife. I'm like, like, first of all, I am not here for this. It is none of your damn business. And, you know, we did what he did to my toe. I left. And let me tell you, in my country, if two girls fight, and the reason for that fight is because of a man, and it doesn't matter who started the fight, if one came and attacked the other because, you know, she mad, it's like they gonna say, oh, y'all fighting over a guy. Like, that's all they are. So, you know, I'm like, I'm not even thinking about none of this right now. So the police, the guy that I was talking to, he's like, you know what, don't go home. Like, at this point, because the whole family is threatening, they gonna kill more. So, you know, they said go sleep it off somewhere tonight, then go home tomorrow or day after. And I'm like, these bitches ain't finna make me uncomfortable. Like, nah, like, we from the same place. Like, I asked you the whole time you was here. I ain't looked your way. You were, you know, saying slick shit all the time. You know, I laughed a bitch out, like. So I stayed by my friend, and I told her, and she got up that Sunday morning, and she said, like, girl, come on, you going home, like, and none of them ain't gonna touch you. Like, yo, my friend, that friend, she was ready. Like, we always gonna go to war. Like, so, you know, we went home. We ain't seen them. You know, she stayed for a few hours and whatnot. And then, the whole time, this fool acting brand new. Like, the whole time, broke my toe, police station. I didn't sleep there the whole night. Like, where was you? Like, so, you know, he's trying to call me while I'm at my friend's house talking about, oh, you want to talk, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, because, but at the end of the day, I found out this neighbor next door, or the mom, one of them called the baby mom to let her know I was there. So, you know, it was like a whole setup type thing. And, you know, it's whatever. It's not like there was not even in a relationship, or I don't know what it was, but it was none of my damn business. Period. So, you know, the bitch went to the doctor, had a few stitches. Her pinky finger wasn't working. Her arm was swollen. And, you know, but that's why you get, like, how can I feel sorry if you come to fight me at the end of the day over some nonsense? Like, honey, no. So, you know, she's there throwing a whole pity party, and the family's sending threats talking about, oh, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. So, you know what? This right here, I put it in my waist each time I left my house, because guess what? Ain't none of y'all finna get me. So, you know, I was going around the community, because I'm not gonna be a prisoner in my own community because of nobody. So, you know, the family, they see me around, they talking shit, but they ain't gonna do nothing, because, honey, I'm prepared again. You know, I had to go to the police station a few more times, and to get the old issue sorted out, because she was talking about court, da da da. I know she would have loved to take me to court over some nonsense, but, you know, people are saying like, you was wrong, like, even if you went there, like, you know, you shouldn't even have went there in the first place, like, else none of this wouldn't have happened. So, you know, if you go for fight, then the injuries that you get, like, you get them, like, just what your injuries, and you go about your business, like, that's how it is. So, you know, all of a sudden, the baby mom don't want to go to court no more. She want some money. So I'm like, oh, a bitch is hungry. You just came from abroad and you want some money. She's like, oh, she want money to pay her doctor bill, and oh, she want money to do this and prescription and that. Guys, when I say is a mom is behind her all day long, 100%, it's like, yo, it was so funny. So, you know, the day that I went, they gave me like a deadline to come pay some money. So, you know, I got the money from him. Yeah. And I went to the station that morning, and the mom was there with her, and there was like, it was like, you know, a third party, three party type thing, meeting, whatever. It was her, it was me right here, the police officer, and the mom and the baby mom on this side. So, you know, I put the money down. She gonna say some slick shit like I put a spell on the money. I said, bitch, if anybody gonna put a spell on anything, it gonna be you. So I gave the officer the money, right? And he gave it to her. So, you know, I guess the hungry bitch got her money and she was fine and good. So, you know, signed some papers and I left, and that was it. But then, you know, we all rode taxis, right? So, you know, we go to the taxi stand. That's where all the taxis going back to our side, our community is. And the mom, it's like the drivers, like everybody, like, you know, it's a small place, so everybody know everybody, and everybody in everybody's business, so they already know what went down. So one driver got them and one got me. So before the one came for me, he put me in his taxi, right? Guess what? The taxi was parked up next to the other taxi that they was in. So I'm there the whole time, and I'm on the phone, and I'm like, yeah, they got their money. I'm like on top of my voice. I'm like, yeah, they got their money. Hungry bitches, go feed your son. Man, I was cutting the fuck up, like, you know, this time, Bob, you know, I was done with him at that point, cause like you don't want to be with her no more, or, you know, but he was like confused, or I don't know what the fuck he was. He don't know what he want to do. I was like, you know what, Bob, like, bye. So, you know, I didn't speak to him for months, and, you know, eventually they broke up. We got back together, and we was together for some years. Then I wrapped that shit up, and the end. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.